What is up, everyone? This will be my Lillia jungle video. I'm going to teach you everything you know how to play Lillia jungle, probably one of the best AP junglers on the current patch. So for starters, you can start either Raptors or generally path down by starting blue buff. I highly recommend you don't start blue buff against any jungler that can potentially level 2 cheese you. If you are in a situation where they can level 2 cheese you, I recommend starting Raptors. And Raptors into Krug is just a much safer clear, and you don't really have to do much. You just play for your full clear. And it's just a much safer, avenue when you go for this kind of clear. So here, auto attack the rest of it down. You can use your abilities to kind of keep the stacks going. W level 2, and then you want to W into center, auto attack, and kite backwards to try to hit the outer part of your Q ability. It's a very spicy game down there. So here, always kite backwards slightly between every Q ability, because your Q actually does that extra damage, which is that outer effect damage. So the outer Q part is really important for you to hit, because if you stand close, you're just going to hit the non-outer part. You miss out on that true damage. Some jungle camps like red buff with the long attack range, you can actually just stand in your max attack range. It will stand in that attack range and you're not going to get any less damage. So here what I'm doing is actually I'm going to drag it out here to keep the kind of Q stacks going, which is going to allow me, kind of like similar to Hecarim, to keep my passive stacks, which gives me the extra movement speed. And then here, you're going to just start with your Q, W once they're all stacked up. The most important thing is the outer part of your Q and your W. You want to hit the center of your W. It does a lot. It does like 3 times damage, so you kind of need to hit that part. Here, you can go for the Gromp, or you can do the blue buff here, which is good for, doing your double camp. If you want to double camp the wolf at the very end, doing the blue can be very, very easy. So this guy's actually quite low, but I don't know if I want to go yet. I'll see if he's still here. So here I'm going to actually just drag this camp here and then just stack them up and hit them with that beautiful smash ability. If there's no gank, then I'm just going to keep farming, because I really don't want to interrupt my clear, because my clear is the most important thing in the goddamn world. So here I'm against the Jax jungle. He could be here, so you do want to play with that in mind. You could have started bot side. If he doesn't show within like 5 seconds though, we'll have a better idea of where he is. I'm going to flash early. Unfortunately, the Jax was there. I was hoping Jinja would follow me there, because I do think we could have got that kill on that gank. But I don't really lose that much. I mean, you can easily play around that situation. What you want to do is get your items now. I'm going to play for the full clear, back at it again. The Jax was there with the counter gank, but I will be there for the game winner, and with the power farm cycle that we're about to get, it's going to be like nothing you've ever seen. So here we're going to clear, we're going to use our E like this. Ideally, don't hit the wall. And you're just going to try to pull your camps with your E ability. So when you pull camps with your E ability, it's just really important to kind of look for angles. The really simple way is to just kind of pull it up, go over the wall, and wait for it to splash. But there are more interesting and, impressive ways you can actually make it happen. Here, the Fizz might be very overextending, so I might actually look for something here. I'm going to keep my stacks going here by hitting that. Now I should be able to have a Q. The bowling balls are not hitting, but everything else is virtually hitting, so we're happy about that. I'm in a bit of an awkward position, so I'm just going to base and go top side. I mean, this champion is just very OP right now for AP junglers. You just want to be power farming and looking for good windows to go for ganks. So here I'm actually going to buy a Dark Seal, and then I'm going to go for another Amp Tome. I really like to go into Liandry's, into, Blackfire Touch. You just go for the burn build. And then third, fourth item, you can go like Zhonya's, Riftmaker, Rylai's. Like, those are your options depending on what you're playing against. Here you E over the wall, you pull the camp, and then you want a W once they're all kind of stacked up. Basically, you're just playing around your kite ability. Like here, if I just stand still, I'm not going to be able to kind of... I'm not going to be able to hit the outer Q realistically on some jungle camps. So you want to kind of use your Q. Like, you move backwards a little bit, like one micro click, and that usually does the trick. So here I'm going to Q. smite, and then I'll probably head on to my way. This guy, if he plays aggressive on this wave, we can kill, but I don't think he will. So what we want to do is just peek into the enemy jungle in these situations. The way is a potential kill, so that's something we're considering. We're also going to hit to see camp timers. Did he skip Krugs? No, he finished them. Hitting E here could amount to a kill. It could also do nothing because he's very, very safe. Doing damage is never bad, by the way, so doing that little chunk of damage is actually quite good for me. Especially because now it gives me a lot more priority to play around potentially his raptor camps here. Drop a ward after you steal it because you do not want him. So here, this one will actually potentially get a kill if I hit it. But I'm not going to die for it. I'm going to just go for bot side control here. What I'm doing is looking for Jax, looking for him on Dragon or Crab, seeing the timer. You can always check Dragon without showing on the bot side Crab just by hovering right there on that edge. And here your E ability. The AoE is actually very... It has two effects really. It has like the roll, which will just smash into whatever it hits. It also has an explosion. So if I hit right here on the wall, it explodes, which hits everything behind it as well. So it has like two parts to it. So a lot of times the explosion can sometimes be really easy to hit. So when you're fighting a champion, a lot of times you just want to throw the ball at them. When your champion is like basically in range and you're fighting each other, you're just going to basically just throw that on him. And I do like doing dragons, but I also like doing them when they're very safe to do. But after the buffs, I mean, Lillia was absolutely trash, but actually up her clear speed, so now she can actually play the game. So that is a big change. So here I'm going to go for this Pantheon first. Then I'm going to go for the Fizz afterwards. Here, like this splash, you can see the splash effect will actually do that extra damage. Also, if you fight outside of, you know, the jungle early game, you really are gonna run out of mana really quick. So you're gonna run out of your mana very quickly. Here, realistically, what actually is going on is Jax is in my top side. I don't know if you guys caught that, but Jax is in my top side jungle. By the way, this is a level 1 Gromp. My God, Jackson, where are you? I'm probably just gonna give him that. And now what I'm going to do is just take the dragon, then go for a reset afterwards. I don't really want to run across the map, but I will just take what I can here, which is the dragon, and then we can, you know, get a reset. And when we have a reset, that's when we can look into like more stuff here. So here I'm just going to smite and look for a reset. There's no way they're fighting here. Actually, they are. Yoink. He wants me so bad. Look. Oh my God. Oh my God. You gotta wiggle them toes in front of him. You don't want to give him nothing in that situation. Once he has no flash, once he's basically looking to get into that W range. We don't give him the W range. We can dance like our little 2 feet, happy feet on front of him. And a lot of this champion is the micro movement, so you're going to have to be kiting a lot, moving left and right. So for W and E max, honestly, W max is just a lot safer. Leandries, and you want to go into Blackfire. I like Blackfire a lot. You can go Riftmaker second too, but I like going Blackfire for ability haste and, you know, the extra burn effect. I just find it to be very strong. But you can also go Riftmaker second as well. Like I said, W or E, they're both pretty fine to go. I think he may have smited Jin Zhao. That's why it's important to press target champions only, which is a keybind that I have binded to my mouse button. So whenever I press target champs only, if you look at my mouse indicator, it turns red. See, now my mouse indicator is red. It means I cannot click on anything but champions with my right click. So if I want to go really close to someone, it basically, now I will never be able to, like, I can just perfect kite because now it doesn't auto unless I stop moving. So target champs only, it is important to use that when you're going for like ganks and dives and stuff like that. He may go for like a play here, so I like to just join in, use my E. I don't think I'm going to kill him. I could try to kill him, but he's a bit fast, so. Only way he dies there if he actually, what's it called? If he uses his, if he gets hit by the E ability, then he has pretty much a death window. So Gluttonous Greaves is actually quite strong on her. But realistically, your best bet when you're building your items is actually to build Sork boots. Ability haste boots are okay. I generally go Sork boots if I'm like solo AP, especially here. But you have a lot of options on your boots. I don't really like going armor boots. I find armor boots to actually be really not that good. Unless you have to, but really, I don't think you should ever go armor boots unless they're like 580. MR boots makes a lot of sense because if you get CC'd, you need the tenacity. So it's usually Sork boots or MR boots for me. But with the Gluttonous Greaves, it's okay, but to be honest, you heal a decent amount. You don't really need the Gluttonous Greaves unless you're really ahead, especially after the nerfs. So here I'd probably go for like the Sork boots. And like I talked about earlier, you have options like Riftmaker, Blackfire second. It depends. I like Blackfire a lot second just for like having more CD, more ability haste. But if you want to get beefier and survive more, then the Riftmaker just gives you beefier, like tankier stats, kind of stuff like that. So here I'm going to actually go into River. Jax could be here. I'm going to E. It's going to hit because I'm a hero. Outer parts of your Q, essential. Didn't need to ulti, but just in case, I didn't know if the outer Q part was gonna hit. Crab here is a bit dangerous. If Jax is here, I'll accept my death. And you always have these windows where you can just throw random bowling balls and they can lead to like kills. Like that hitting could potentially lead to Wei just instantly exploding into a million pieces, right? There's potential in all that. But yeah, E max second, W max second. Really, I prefer to go into W. If you're against more ranged champions, you want more bowling balls, you can go into E as well. But I just find W to be better. Yes, better in every way possible. Here, leeching camps, you can just boom. Thing about your E over walls, you gotta be really, like, the E loves to explode. It's like me on a, like, Friday afternoon, right? Like, it just loves to just blow up on hitting a wall. So if I E like this, a lot of times it can easily hit the wall and then clip it and then blow up. So you gotta be really aware of the wall thickness and aware of that. So here I could go Medjai's because I'm feeling it. But usually it's like Riftmaker. Enemy team, if they're more melee oriented like this game, I think Riftmaker is quite good. Because I'm going to be in a long fight against these champions, so the Riftmaker is good. If the enemy is more range based, I usually go into... Alright, hit the Q, hit the W. Keep autoing because they actually have red buff. So red buff, it is very nice when you have red buff. You can actually swing in a bunch of auto attacks, which can help you drastically. There's Jax over there. So we're going to peek our way over there and see what's going on. And yeah, your ultimate cooldown is so long. That's why ability haste is very important. This E may hit, it may not. Auto, boing. So I would say playing like this, you're just constantly in this sort of movement period where you're heavily, if you're not getting punished on your farm and you know how to play Lillia, you're going to be in a really good spot, right? People want to fight over and over again, and it's just never going to go well for them. You always look for ease here over the wall. Wait for him to see what he's going to do. And back up here. Boom. I do have 25 stacks of Medjai's. I do have a dream. And I don't know if I want to base yet, but this game definitely is a Rift Maker game. But you do want a lot of ability hits because your ultimate cooldown. What I noticed is my ultimate is, unfortunately, it's a very long cooldown. I don't know why I started that crab. I don't think I'm going to be that fast. If this hits, yeah, I can. Alright. A double jungle. There's a Jax on his top side farm. So, I do have to think about it. He could be going to gank right now. Just want to check fast. He's bot side, alright. Actually, if he doesn't have wards here... Oh, no. You can actually use Fog of War, Vision Fog of War there to actually get a nice little combo there. I don't know if I want to start because I actually don't have teammates around me. Number one thing is actually having teammates around. Here, because I have ulti, this is what I call like looking for like sleep angles. So what we can do is look for ease. Usually if the wave is dead, once Darius goes to CS, I'm going to show you guys how it is. This is when you have no stacks too. So what we're going to do is wait for him to go for like a CS here. But if he's really respectful, then it may not actually happen. So we're just going to throw a Hail Mary. Yeah, it's not going to hit. We're going to look to reset here. He's playing really respectful. So unfortunately, that's just how it goes. Rift Maker is just really good here. And we're just going to look to power farm as much as possible. E-balls everywhere we go. Jin Zhao's taking my Krug, so I'm just going to look to do the Rift Herald during the downtime. I want to kill Darius, but he's actually playing relatively well around greatness. So I'm just going to start the Herald now. You can see the ward timed out and everything. You can still throw some E effects. Like I can still throw E's like this if I want to. If I want to throw it, it might hit. Obviously this gives my position away, but I'm most likely going to be looking for something on him because I don't know if this spot side fight's looking good right now. I'm going to go for the mid wave here. I have a window to just kind of get top tower as well. Or not top tower, mid tower if I want to. We have Rift Herald, so the crabs are just easy for us to kill with. Here, once you stack up on a minion wave, I mean, this is literally like your great power. When you have your 4 stacks of passive on a minion wave, you have insane movement speed. Like we're Hussein Bolt basically at this point. And it looks like there is window for us to fight now topside, so I'll drop the Herald here. I'm going to use the movement speed I can first. Put him to sleep here. I'm going to use the Herald now. Ooh, I drifted a bit too much. I got too close to the sun. Damn, I drifted in such a weird angle there. It was a bit too much. But it didn't really lose us all that much. From here, I think enemy team can CC me. I usually go into like a Zanya's. If I want more ability haste, I want more ultimates, I usually go into like a Blackfire. It kind of depends on what you're going for. And Dragon coming up, we obviously want to play for Dragon. I think the enemy team can engage on me. There's a Mosquito. So if I'm in a situation where they can get on me, Zanya's is really good. If not, then Blackfire giving you just want a lot more ability haste. Blackfire Torch will give you more damage and a lot more ability haste. And I think Lillia is in a very, very, very good spot right now. So if you want a good AP jungler, I highly recommend. Also check out my stream at twitch.tv/Inori. If you want to see more and more greatness, I'm going to be streaming a lot starting this week. So you're going to see greatness in person, then you're going to have to be there. He's probably starting blue buff, so I might actually swing in here, jump on him. Or he's on Grom. Looks like he's on Grom. Oh my god, he's hurt. To be fair, I thought Nami was behind me. Oops. Although D&D Jack's a bit of a problem, a bit of a problem maker, but we're able to swing back here and get the play. Jin may be dead, or Jin Zhao might be dead. But I actually want to hit them with an E here, see if I can get something going. Hit Pantheon. So I'm going to sleep them here. Beautifully done, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Hitting one with the E, even though, like, key things you need to think about with that hitting people with the E is it's a continuation of keeping your stacks. Yoink. Never mind. You keep your stacks flowing, you're just going to be in a very good situation. Yeah, I think they're going to try to one-shot me with their CC and their champions. I need to find Darius here. He might be on my wolf camp or something. Or not wolf, but Gromp or blue buff here. To keep healing, just go jungle. And then you're going to heal very quickly with your jungle. Yeah, I had a feeling he was there. A little dirty little Darius trying. Not up in here, Darius. But we're in a good spot. We're in a very good spot. I do want to get my resets off. But I run into the situation where I run into problems, actually. I'm so close to Sonya's. I feel like I'm just going to look for something here. Gromp or Krugs, or even like 1 kill or red buff. And there's the 1 kill. Check Krugs while we're here too. If not, we're just gonna auto with Tryndamere. Grab some money here. And the name of the game is keeping your movement speed passive stacks going. That is the name of the game. That's how you're gonna win on this champion. That's how you're gonna climb, is your passive stacks. If you have stacks up, it's a good fight. Similar to how we play Hecarim, or the mindset we have with Hecarim. It all applies again. Whoopsie. And obviously I haven't spoken about it. Well, I haven't spoken about it yet, but the W, the combo is a lot of times you're going to try to hit them with a Q, sleep them, and then the W becomes guaranteed, right? So that's something that you're going to basically be going for. And W, when they're CC'd from your ultimate, is how you're going to set yourself up to sleep them. Some situations, yes, they're going to be a bit more tricky. Here is just a kill. W into a sleep with a Q right after. That's like your comboing. You hit them with the sleep. I have Zhonya, so I can Zhonya's here, right? This is why we're doing the master bait play here. Very nicely done. E here, probably auto the tower, because I think we should kill the tower here. Very cool. I saw my life flash before my eyes there. I think we all saw our lives flash before our eyes right there. That was a close one. God damn, that came out of nowhere, that Darius. But yeah, when you sleep them, you can go run in, scurry your little 2 toes, hit them with that W, and then Q as you're running away. That's like the combo on her. That's your one-shot combo. And if you're too far away to hit W, when you're in that situation, what you're going to do is actually go for like an E on them. So the E or the Q as well. If your W is down, the Q, it guarantees you to hit any of your choice abilities. That's exactly what you're going to do. And here I'm going to reset and look for my base now. And if I don't have Medjai's, my build is like Blackfire for more ability haste. You can also go Cosmic Drive, but it's really up to you. Depends if you want the movement speed or if you want sometimes the mana effect. I honestly find Blackfire to be very powerful too. Or if you want a lot more damage, you can actually go into like a depth cap too. You're always going to keep your boots because your boots are just very, very important. The Blackfire just gives you a really kind of... There are situations where you actually run out of mana, surprisingly. But if you don't like Blackfire, just go Cosmic Drive in this situation. You do need a lot of ability haze. I think ability haze is just so important. Rylai's is good too, but for me, I need ability haze. I need a lot of ability haze. And Blackfire is just easy to get and cheap. Remember, E, easy to hit. I'm probably gonna sleep him here. Because I do not want to risk it against a Pantheon, maybe ultis afterwards, stuff like that. We can do a Baron here, but I don't see any of the enemy champions, so I'm going to go for the easier play, which is to stop them from getting our 4th dragon, which is Dragon Soul. The enemy team is really trying here. W, they're all stacked together. I have Zanya's right, so I can just bait it. I don't know what he thinks. I think he forgot what I just did to him 2 minutes ago. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Sure, I did. I did the exact same thing to you 3 minutes ago, sir. I done do that 3 minutes ago, sir. And here, full clear, Dragon. Enemy team should FF. I mean, we've been on 30 stacks of Medjais for a while now. Blackfire would probably be the last item for now. And honestly, I wouldn't really change my build. If anything, I might switch for Death Cap if I really want to. But so far, we're in a pretty good position. Medjais gives us a ton of AP, as you can see. I'm gonna just base to show you guys my full build in person. Selling boots, never sell boots. It's just never worth it. I've never been in a situation where boots selling felt good. Buy your blue pot. If you're so ahead, you're this accelerated, yes, just get your blue pod and your build is going to be very, very, very powerful. If you do want more damage, yeah, Death Cap will give you, you know, a huge like spike of damage, but it depends. If I didn't have Medjais, I'd probably go for like a Death Cap. You're probably asking me, Inori, what about like Void Staff or something? Surprisingly, Lillia doesn't necessarily need Void because your Q does that true damage. You can go Void if they start stacking a lot of like magic resist. Interesting. But otherwise, you don't necessarily need to go Void. Here, I mean, I'm just going to smite it because that Jax was literally trying to... He literally just became a hero or something there. I don't even know. I've not seen that sequence of plays in a very long time. Keep my Q stacks. I don't know how strong this guy is, so. But all I know is I'm stronger. Ish. I'm stronger until I get CC'd by like 3 different champions. That's usually when it's gonna become an issue for us. Obviously I have blue buff right now, but boom. I'm so quick. Look at me. Look at me. Without the Void, I don't think we're gonna kill him. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. It's my Lillia jungle. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Good luck on the game. Good luck on time. Check out my stream at twitch.tv/Inori. And I'll see you guys in the next video.